Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm Duke Silver. Today we're going to be playing Odysseus. Odysseus, probably one of the best heroes in the game right now. I think just having, with the no free rolls, having access to guaranteed treasures is incredibly valuable. We start off with a Sprout and Lock of Demons deal there, and we get kind of paid off with a second Sprout spawning in its place there. I think we're just going to take the Imp here. I mean, it's just a guaranteed chunk of stats to go with our growing Sprouts here. The Sprouts, I mean, they get pretty large pretty quick, so our board should be pretty strong as we go on here. We have taken a fair amount of damage though. We're just going to take a Sword Squire here to increase the attack breakpoint of our Sprout and get a Parrot going with our other Sprout on the bench. I figured we could get away with it. I felt like our board was strong enough with 4 characters and attacking the back line. And getting a Parrot going with a Sprout on your bench is actually a pretty decent way to accelerate the stat growth of the Sprout. Getting attack on there is just the most important thing, anyways. We're just gonna swap our Sprouts. Get the one that got the Slay stats last turn in. We get another Slay here, and we're feeling pretty good. Also, we took a Seer Sphere. Even though we didn't get an Owl start, I still think it's worth sort of setting yourself up for Hat Ball, and we're gonna keep doing that. I'm gonna take the library card over the Merlin's Tower just in case our spell treasures don't pan out. The library card is still a pretty good utility spell. We get to see more combat or XP spells, and we are gonna take that Hansel there. And I locked the other Hansel just to make sure that we get a 3-pair. I just want as many shots to get our spell treasures going as possible. We also took a speculative Pirate Cook, which didn't do anything last turn, but we do get our crew member here, which is nice. So we're going to be able to summon in our Sprout with I think it's down to 5/5 now. 5/5 extra stats. It's got extra stats anyways on it. We did take some damage though, the previous combat, so we're down to 18 already, which is pretty low. Our level 4.0 treasure is going to be Baby Mimic here. Not the spell treasure we wanted, but if we do find it, we've got this Baby Mimic to really accelerate things once we do find it. Although, rather than hunt for treasures, I think we're just going to fire off some XP, try and get to 5 a little bit quicker. We fired off the 1 XP, and then there's another one in the shop here, and we've got at least one more thing that we're happy to gobble up 4 XP. We've got the Ghost Fight, which is an AFK board, so this is a little bit free. I don't know that I would always lock this extra XP spell, but I figured with the Ghost board, we might as well. I mean, our board is very, very weak. We definitely need to improve very quickly, and hopefully getting to 5 early is going to allow us to do that. We're just going to eat this Snow White, go right to 5, and hopefully take whatever 5 we get offered here. And I mean, there's a monkey. It is a decent amount of stats. We do get to summon it with those Pirate Cook food stats, so it's gonna apply a buff to our board. It's not a huge buff at this point, but it's still something, and we do manage a tie with Aladdin because of it. There's a Haymaker, which I'm pretty tempted to just jam. There's also a Narc there, which would be really nice. I mean, we could get a decent 5 treasure with our Baby Mimic and maybe get like a Tempo Spike. So it's between those two right now. I think I'm also considering the Core Fusion, but I don't think we would Core Fusion anything on our board. I mean, with the big Sprout, like the Core Fusion is always a consideration though. I also consider the Alliance Band because we're summoning the monkey in front of a support, so like that is extra stats once it gets summoned in, but eventually I just decide on the Narc here. We got a fluff board going here on Fisher King. And we do manage another tie here. Just keeping our HP up is pretty important. We got our level 3 treasure. I don't think we're going to take any of these. I don't want to waste my Baby Mimic. I know we're pretty weak, so the Chrono Crystal is kind of tempting, but I think we just skip here, take our gold, and see what else we can find. See if we can find another Narc or some more Haymakers maybe. Just some direction. And we're also going to take the HP spell there. We definitely don't want to let ourselves drop too low. Again, our board pretty weak. We're going to take another crew member, so I mean that's a little bit of extra stats we add to our board at least. Makes the crew member playing down for the crew member a little bit more worth it. And we're going to take the Narc triple here. And yeah, we're going into 6 next turn, so I'm pretty happy to just Baby Mimic our Shard, and we're going to get 2 golden 6s next turn. And there's another fluff forward, so 2 fluff players in the lobby. Although this Trophy Hunter fluff player seems to be kind of high rolling, finding a lot of fluffs there. Alright, it's just between the monkey and the archdemon, and I feel like our monkey pieces just aren't coming together well enough, and again, we are falling behind the lobby because of all that XP we took. So we just take the archdemon here. I considered also taking, or just jamming the twig there as well, but it's, again, I feel like we don't have time to get the stealth procs going. Fortunately, we get paid off with our rolls, and we do find a Dr. Frank here, and just like that, we have a pretty decent scam board with a golden archdemon summoning six tokens, as well as our golden Frank. So yeah, we get a very large power spike. If our opponents scouted our board last turn, they're probably a little bit surprised there. Yeah, we do end up winning in pretty handy and pretty dominant fashion. Not quite enough to pop out a bunch of golden summons from Frank and knock them down a huge chunk, but still we win with a lot of gas left in the tank, and we have to fight this trophy hunter once again, like pretty soon after we fought them last time, which is a little bit unfortunate. And their position 7 celery tea somehow manages to pay off and hit the exact target they want there. So that's pretty unfortunate. We lose out on our golden Frank there, and we do lose because of it. I mean, like celery tea is just like is actually much better on this patch. Like it shuts down pirate boards really well. I mean, of course, it's always been good against like cat boards and whatnot. It's also good against good boys, but because pirates has been so prevalent and so good on this patch, the celery tea really the stock has really gone up for it. Also, I mean, like boost boards are still pretty prevalent, and if they're playing like Arthur's, then celery tea is very good against that. Also, I mean, it turns things not royal for people's kivs and whatnot. We get a couple pretty big milkwomen on that Aladdin board and manage a tie, or they manage a tie, or we manage a tie, one of those two. We haven't really seen too many like good scam pieces. We just kind of have the summons. I mean, I did just pass the succubus, so maybe I shouldn't say we haven't seen them. I might have just been kind of passing over them for some reason. There's another succubus there, which I feel like I should have taken. It's much better than the narc. I think it's because I have this magic bean. I think at the time I was thinking I just need to get to a level 7 treasure, and hopefully that'll give me another decent power spike. But yeah, I feel like in retrospect, I definitely should have just been taking at least one of those succubus just to improve our board at the time, or immediately. We win against that board pretty handily, knocking out Fisher King. At least I think we knocked them out. All right, I do eventually decide to take the BLT here. It's we needed to take something to get out of this narc. The summons alone just aren't doing enough. Especially since we're like we're not in a very secure position. So if we take one bad loss, we can still get knocked out. So I think just improving our board now and not hunting for the treasure is the right call, anyways. It's gonna rearrange our board a little bit. I think the high demon stats don't matter as much, so we're just gonna play it up front. Hope to get some value from demons, but really just like not expect to get too much value. Although this works out pretty well. Our high demon lasts a few attacks at least, and yeah, we're in a pretty good position against this Odin board, and we knock them out. Considering this, we're like eating a unit for HP there, and I eventually decide to just eat one of the crew members. We don't really need the second one. We've got enough summons. I'm mostly just playing this crew member to protect my Frank against flying units. And like playing a unit down, I think is fine because we have the upgraded Archdemon. We're getting enough summons, and also, I mean, the two other Franks, of course, are like they pop out a fair amount of neutral units, but they still do pop out evil units as well to contribute to our unit count. We get relatively good combat RNG here, getting a celery tea out of our Frank and getting to attack. And we get another tie against Aladdin here, just a string of ties against Aladdin. considered the rune there, but I think we're just gonna roll. And we really just want to spend our gold. We need to find this level 7 treasure. I mean, I'm pretty bent on finding it at this point. We're gonna take another hero change, and we're gonna change out of Daedalus to Savitri, getting a revive charge, which is definitely makes it worth it, I think. Although, like, if we'd stayed Daedalus and we got the level 7 treasure, then we would have been able to get 2 level 7 treasures, which would have been fantastic. But unfortunately, I mean, I think changing into Savitri is still the right call there. And yeah, Brother Gambler's board here is pretty absurd with a full front line of good boys, and we lose by a lot. We don't pop a revive charge though, thanks to the healing spells we've been taking, and we do find our level 7 treasure finally. Aladdin's Lamp was kind of tempting. I just don't know if we have enough time for it to matter, and I think we're just going to go with the Excalibur. I mean, we're refilling our board hopefully a couple times with our Franks as well as our Archdemons. If combat goes well, then we can get multiple uses out of our Demon Harbinger summons. So I think I like Excalibur here, anyways. Health spell there is a little bit too pricey and probably not relevant, so we're not going to bother. I consider taking another Archdemon here. It's probably better than the High Demon, but I think I'd rather just roll, and we kind of get rewarded. I think the Frank is better. And also, let me know if you spotted the mistake there. We'll see how that plays out. The last minute swap or swapping the Frank for the High Demon there. Because I did make a pretty grave error in that sequence, even though combat's honestly going pretty well for us. And yeah, unfortunately we don't get punished for our mistake. But yeah, I put the High Demon on the left side of our board, so if we'd gotten to the point of summoning summoning with our crew member, we would have summoned the High Demon and not our Golden Frank. So that was a close one, kinda. So. Definitely, I was definitely stressed about it after the fight started. I think we're just looking for removal spells. We are heads up now against Brother Gambler and the Infinite Good Boy board. We find exactly what we're looking for in a Circe's Cup. I mean, we just want to cast that every turn. There's not too much more we can do to improve our board. Like maybe upgrading this Frank, but I mean, I guess maybe if we find like more, like finding more Franks and upgrading this crew member would also be a way to improve, but that is a lot of pieces. We do manage to neutralize 2 good boys there, so significantly reducing the amount of stats they have, as well as picking something on their backline. So they're left with just 1 ranged and 1 unyielding character with not a ton of stats, and we do manage to get the win there by 1 HP with our Celery Tea. Again, now we just want a combat spell. There it is. We find the cup. Pretty fortunate to just find it there, and I think I'm gonna swap. I end up swapping the second BLT because like there's a pretty low chance that we even get the second attack with our position 2 BLT just because of our summons and whatnot. We get pretty good value out of our Excalibur, and they have smartly brought in a chain full of summons, which I assume they've been building on their bench for a long time because they had a huge chain. In just 1 turn, and yeah, it comes down to the wire, and we do lose to the Pig. That they just had too many stats, even with us neutralizing at least 1 good boy there. It's just the range and unyielding are so good against Scam. I mean, mostly ranged. Unyielding, at least you can, like, if they reduce their toughness to 1, then you can finish them off with something small out of a Frank. But we are going to take Hurricane, and because range is so good against us. I think Hurricane is going to be exactly what we want here. Going to turn those make those Merlins a lot less good. They have turned into again. I guess their copied Doppelganger Diamond is copying a monkey for instant stats on the back line, so they don't have to worry about good boys being neutralized, and then summoning extra stats with a crew member. We get really good combat RNG here, and we get basically all of our summons, and combined with the Hurricane. Yeah, we win pretty handily there, and do a bunch of golden damage at the end to take the victory in a very close one. But yeah, that was I mean, this was one of the more interesting games I've played recently, especially as Scam, because I mean, when both players are are actively countering each other and finding different ways to answer the other's board. I mean those are the most satisfying games to win, anyways. And yeah, we managed to find a way. We managed to get the right treasures, and combat RNG worked out in our favor. We needed the summons, or we needed a certain attack order for our summons to really get value, because I mean we don't have a ton of stats on them. And yeah, I think the Hurricane really helped. Those ranged characters are super good against Scam. But yeah, let me know if you enjoyed that. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff I'm supposed to tell you to do. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you next time.